What is your view about Michael Jackson? Your honest view. Don't say anything influenced by me. What you used to think before and what you feel now on your own, not influenced by me. You are influenced by me, so that is not possible that the influence is not there. But still, what you used to feel before about him?
Last time, I felt he was like the king of breakdance.
What do you mean by king of breakdance?
That means the kind of dance he was doing, nobody could do it like the way he did.
Where was his kingdom?
In America, in the world of dancing and music.
These are wrong words. He was not a king. You can say he was a very good break dancer, anything like that. But
no, I mean that was the name
like in India, they call Sachin. Just don't argue. First, listen. Like in India, they call Sachin Tendulkar the god of cricket. Now, these are all absurd things. You can give big words to fulfill your ego and their ego. And I will tell you, he was not a king, he was a big beggar. But now you say, you're honest, king of breakdance, and you were desiring to have him in your life.
No. I heard before he had some scandals, like something to do with small kids, but
that also I told you.
Those things,
you didn't.
No, before you told me last time, I heard before. So at that time when I heard this kind of rumors, I didn't believe it. I thought those people were just making up stories. That was how I think.
Why?
Because I felt he's a very gentle person and wouldn't do that kind of thing to kids.
Just like you. Very gentle.
I don't know who is he, but I just felt that he wouldn't do that. But after that, I heard something from Swami about Michael Jackson, that he did those things to the kids who were real. So right now, after being guided by Swami, of course, first thing, I no longer worship those kind of American kind of pop style where it's, to me, I'm not crazy about that kind of pop stars and celebrity anymore. And I also feel that it might be true that the rumors about what he did to the kids, it might be true. Yeah.
So even now, you feel it might be true. That means it may be true, it may not be true.
No, it's like I feel it's true. It's true what he did.
How you know?
Because I trust Swami. If you say something, I trust that what you feel is right.
I also have to hear what those people who were victims or those who were present there, they were saying. But if many people are saying the same thing, and the case was also going on, so, but what I am going to tell you will be even more shocking. The myth of Michael Jackson has to be shattered, because the kind of life he lived, and if you are idolizing people like him, you will have the same kind of life. People treat these celebrities as if they are God or they are very high. They are even lower than you. I'm not saying you in particular. I'm saying all those who admire them. And if you are admiring a monkey, you will become a donkey. You cannot be better than him. How long Michael Jackson lived, you know or not? What was his age
I
when?
think it was in his 50s when he died.
He was not even 51. And he was aspiring, he was desiring to live for 150 years. That was his plan. And he was doing everything according to this plan, very meticulously planned life. And what happened is the whole show was a total flop. Nothing flops the way it flopped. That is why it is called nothing fails like success. He was such a non-trusting person. He had no trust in life. So he was making arrangement just like you. He was making arrangement for everything. You also, I don't know, you are still washing your hand with in the same way, or you have dropped little bit of that madness. So he will never handshake with anyone without wearing mask, without wearing gloves. And before meeting anyone, he will wear mask. It was not even Corona time. And he was, so that was the level of insecurity. That was his inner state. So much afraid of the unknown. These kind of people cannot relax at all. Because all the time their mind is full of suspicion. And the reality is life is insecure. You may do anything to make it secure. You cannot even predict whether you are going to exist next moment or not. So taking things to the level of madness, to extremity, is idiocy. He had his own personal 12 doctors. And every day they will observe him, test everything from his hair on his head to his nails in his feet. Everything was properly tested every day. He will never eat anything which was not laboratory tested. He had about 15 people who will help him in his exercise. So it means like 15 gym trainer. Maybe they were experts in different things, but 15 people. And he will sleep always on bed full of oxygen. And then when he had enough money, he just went through this plastic surgery and he changed his color from black, he became white. So he had no acceptance of the way existence created him. after having this plastic surgery, he gave up his black parents, gave up his black friends, and he rented white mother and father. And from then onward, he had only friendship with white people. He married his own nurse, and he had 2 children from her. These were all part of his desire to live 150 years. And because of this plastic surgery, he used to have so much pain in the body that he had to take an antibiotic every day, 12-15 antibiotic. So his whole body had countless marks of injections. In spite of all these arrangements, he died before he felt like he some kind of pain or something happened. He started sinking when he was less than 51, and his 12 doctors tried to save him. They were not getting success. Then all the doctors of the city were called. The whole team of doctors of the city were there, but they could not save him. And when post-mortem was conducted on his body after his death, they found that he was just reduced to skeletons. His rib cage, his shoulder were all broken. His hair has all gone. So, making all those arrangements is not going to be of any help. If you just see the simple thing that when you have to go, you will have to go. So you have to take care of this body only that much which is needed. When you are infatuated with the body, you start taking extra care and then you harm the body more. So when you are, for everything you are depending on outside things, you are depending on your doctors, your gym trainers, everything is calculated. You have no trust in life. Then your immunity becomes totally weak. What is needed is that your body's immunity has to be stronger. If that, for that he should have worked, then he would have lived really longer. But a person who is suffering from this divisive consciousness, that I am separate and the whole world is my enemy, so I have to protect myself from everyone, will die a dog's death. This is called living a dog's life and dying a dog's death. He may be called a great, what you called him, king of break dance, but he was a beggar, a pauper. In spite of all this arrangement, in spite of all these money, he lived only for less than 51 years. And in Japan, you will find people who are living more than 100 years, so many. So what this wealth is all about, it didn't help him at all. That is what happens when you have When money collects around an idiot, then he thinks he has conquered the whole life. And these kind of people create trouble for themselves and for the whole world. That's why he was exploiting small children. When you see this kind of life, the kind of life he lived, all those stories must be true. He may have done so many things which is unknown yet. Because is this a life? It's better that he should have died long time back. He gave up his mother and father. What was their crime? He could not accept how God has created him. He was an ugly man, very third rate. But you have to see that it is also the racial climate of the America, which must have created in him tremendous inferiority complex. That's why he changed his color. They must have discriminated tremendously. He must have suffered lot of humiliation. Otherwise, why anyone will go through that kind of painful plastic surgery? They must have told him that this will create trouble in his life. But maybe he thought that his money will conquer everything. When he died, about 2.5 billion people were watching live his death ceremony. That may give his followers a big ego. And if he was alive, he would have also felt overjoyed. But what is the point? You are gone. Whether 2.5 billion people are watching it or no one is watching, it makes no difference. You are finished. And on that day, on Google, Twitter, Messenger and Art of Living, all their website, everything crashed. Because so many people were trying to find what happened to him that the traffic was totally jammed and it was not working for about 3 hours. These things can give big ego to people who want to become like Michael Jackson. This is no life. You are just living for others. This is called, your life is just for exhibition. That is the lowest kind of life, the lowest kind of consciousness. People who are just living for exhibition, for others, they want to be very great in the eyes of others. So they are glittering, but all that glitters are not gold. Better than them are those who are like spectators, who are watching these people. At least they are moving little bit toward themselves. They are watching, but their eyes are also fixed on others. The real man of any worth is one who is neither a spectator nor an exhibitionist, who is a witness for the whole life process. He is trying to break his identification with everything. Whatever can be observed, whatever can be seen, experienced, you are not that. You are the one who is watching. You are the witnessing consciousness. You are the watcher on the hill. He had everything. He could have relaxed and tried to know himself. What Socrates said, know thyself first. But this idiot wasted his whole life. He should be called not Michael Jackson but Monkey Jackson. You just see, he gave up his parents, his mother and father, and rented white parents. Can you find anything more absurd and idiotic than this? You can rent anyone, but they will not become your parents. So he was a very insensitive man also. And you said he was a gentleman. That is just behavior. Behaving in a good way cannot make anyone gentle. Only when you find your true nature, you will be really gentle. But you will not show that you are very humble and gentle. This pseudo-humbleism is the disease of all kind of sick people, those who want to exhibit. So anyone can behave in a good way, but that is only just like Jimmy Carter's smile. And I read it long time back or heard it somewhere when they had done his post-mortem. They found that he had not eaten for many days. There was no food inside his body. So, in his desire to live 150 years, maybe he was doing all kind of absurd and idiotic things. These people we try to imitate. But for the kind of life he lived, you cannot just blame him. It is the whole Western world, their values, their ideas of greatness, of success, all has to be blamed. Because he wanted to be successful in their parameter. And he just destroyed his whole life. He was not a rich man. He was the most poor man possible. Because if he was rich man, he would have turned in. That is the only richness, real richness. That is what Osho called the last luxury. Meditation, spirituality is the last luxury. So he wasted his life. He was not in touch of that luxury. So a tremendous failure. What do you think now?
Yes, Swami.
These are the people you imitate. These were the people you used to think they are so great.
Yes, correct.
And now, even now,
And,
instead of doing what I tell you, you are all the time just wasting your time in your copy checking and